Okay, Mani, let's look at those matchups. The openers against South Africa were deadly for New Zealand. Do you believe that you need Jasprit Bumrah to bowl at least 2 overs in the power play this time? He sometimes bowls one in the middle and then 2 at the end. He is our match winner. Jasprit Bumrah gets Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, New Zealand on the back foot. Would you go and attack with Jasprit Bumrah right at the very top against them? Or go with spin?
Certainly. I would give him the new ball because he's somebody who gets you wickets. Whenever you throw the ball up to him, he takes that challenge. And it's going to be very important to have at least one of them, at least one of the openers from New Zealand side back in the hut in the first couple of overs. And for that, I think it's going to be important that you give Jasprit Bumrah the new ball. Start with 1 over first. If he gets you a wicket, maybe give him the second over. But yes, if he doesn't get you wickets, he's not going to give too many runs. And that is going to put pressure on these openers as well because they're used to getting runs very quickly. And if they don't get runs quickly, then they can get frustrated. So throw the ball up to Jasprit Bumrah. Try with 1 over first and need be, give him the second over so that if he can get you 2-3 wickets in the first couple of overs, then you're on top of the game.
Mm-hmm. What are you picking up, Nikhil, from the New Zealand camp? The Indian camp, as you've been saying, there is this possibility of Abhishek Sharma giving way to a Rinku Singh. What are you picking up from the New Zealand camp? Will they, against India, make any changes at all from the side that overwhelmed South Africa? Or they seem a very settled unit under Santner's leadership?
I think they will go in with the same team that helped them upset South Africa. I'll say upset because many were picking South Africa to be the title favourites. For them, tactically, it's going to be the 2 off-spinners that will come into play. I think they are relying on that. Remember, McConkey did the job for them versus South Africa, bowled just that 1 over in the power play, got them those 2 early wickets that they needed. And after that, he set the cat amongst the pigeon. And from there on, New Zealand were really dominant. And one problem area you've seen with this Indian team has been that struggle against off-spinners. In fact, Mitch Santner was asked about that and he said, yes, he'll focus on that, though he said that India has a good batting lineup. Suryakumar Yadav, in turn, was also asked about the off-spin threat that there is going to be from New Zealand, to which Sky said, don't worry, we'll handle it. You know, in his quintessential Mumbai style, he was very relaxed and smiling in that press conference. So he said, don't worry, we'll handle that particular thing.
Nikhil, I would handle the off-spin threat. Off-spinners have never really troubled Indians. I don't know where this is coming from, that Indians have a weakness against off-spinners. The first time hearing about this.
But it happened in this tournament, Rajdeep, and I agree you would because you're a right-hander, right-handed batter. It's the left-handers that have been found wanting against the Indian team. And because you had plenty of, left-handers on top, there were teams that were getting, sort of a good start versus India. Let's not forget, a part-time off-spinner in Adam Markram actually was the one that put pressure versus India in that game. That was played at, the same stadium where you'll be playing the final. The good thing though, Rajdeep, and this is good news, I'll tell you, that's coming straight out of Ahmedabad, that unlike the 2 black soil pitches, which has such painful memories for us as Indian fans, I remember the 19th November game, the final, you prepared a dry black soil pitch which backfired. Then the game versus South Africa, once again, a dry black soil pitch which backfired. The good news is you've got a mixed soil pitch here, and that too a fresh pitch that only saw 1 game in this entire tournament. They've shaved off the grass, but it's expected to have some good bounce, good batting pitch. The ball's going to come onto the bat. It's not going to offer too much to the spinner. So I think it'll be a batting paradise, and those are the sort of pitches that India enjoy, both in the virtual quarterfinal versus West Indies, as well as the semi-final. Those are the pitches that they played on. So I think that is great news that is coming out of Ahmedabad.
And speaking about that 19 November 2023, Mr. Gavaskar, if you're still with us, I want to ask you this. After that defeat, when we were overwhelming favourites against Australia, there was a sense, was Ahmedabad an unlucky ground? And no one who's played the game believes that really there's anything, I don't believe at least, there's anything like an unlucky ground. But it's important in a way that at Ahmedabad we break whatever jinx is there. And is this a very different game to 3 years ago? We are perhaps far better equipped in the T20 game in some ways, even without the Kohlis and the Rohit Sharmas. Would you agree? No place for jinxes in cricket.
It's a different format. And the November 19, 2023 was just one bad day. India had won all the 10 matches previously. That game, things didn't quite go their way. Australia, who were not at the top of their game, came on top of their game on that particular day. So yes, I think that's not the most memorable of days, but I don't think cricketers dwell too much in the past. No sports person actually dwells too much in the past because you're focusing on the present, you're focusing on the next ball. And I think the Indian players, whether they're batters or bowlers, will be focused on the next ball and not what happened yesterday or what happened 4 years ago.
So who's winning? Maninder Singh, quickly, who's winning tomorrow? Who's winning the big game?
I think India's got more chances. I believe that they've got a better balanced side and they thrive under pressure as well. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the Indians and they're playing good cricket. After losing that game against South Africa, I think that was a good wake-up call. I have a feeling India is going to make it.
Right. Nikhil, I'm putting you on the line. Who's winning?
Well, Rajdeep, I think I'll make it a full house. I know you believe India is going to win. We were doing the podcast yesterday. I think, India clearly hold the aces. They've got too many match winners in their ranks, more than New Zealand. Though I always, word of caution, I go back to 19th November. I go back to the 2019 semi-final versus New Zealand. We were all actually looking at the final, forgetting the semi-final. One bad half hour can change things. Though I agree, different format, different conditions. So, man-to-man, India, the much better team, but it's that one-off game. You have to be firing on all cylinders to win. So, India for me.
Okay. Well, India for me as well. And interestingly, 3 men from Gujarat, Bumrah, Aksar and Pandya, were the heroes along with Samson from Kerala in that match in Mumbai. Who will be the hero in the finals? India does hold all the aces, but never underestimate the Kiwis. We'll wait and see and hope that it's another great cracker of a final and India can script a bit of cricket history. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Namaskar.